All right, so Cena turning heel, that was one I did not expect at all. Right? That was one, and again, there's a lot of people there who are probably like, "Oh, I saw it all the way." I didn't, right? And I think that's what made me enjoy this whole thing because I wasn't even trying to figure it out. Honestly, I was more so along the lines of, is someone going to come out? I thought Roman was going to come out. I thought someone else was going to come out. Um, I didn't expect Cena to be there, or to be even in the ring or whatever. I just thought, okay, like, actually, what I think what sold it was great too, the fact that Rhea came out against Bianca. It made sense for Cena to be out there. Just a little small nuance, in my opinion, was like, because if it was only Bianca celebrating by herself, and then you saw Cena in the ring with Cody when Cody came out, you would have thought, okay, something's definitely gonna happen. But you just thought, oh, it's the same thing, right? The champion will go. They're trying to get that face to face shot of the champion, right? Because Rhea did it against Bianca with Io there, and now we have Cody versus Cena. And The Rock comes out, and everyone's in the same ring together with Travis Scott, who, by the way, like, I mean, I get it, right? Like, Travis Scott, they want some star power, but I just thought he wasn't needed. Like, I don't understand the significance of Travis Scott in any part of this, like any part, right? Like, he was just there, I feel like, but anyway, it is what it is. He was part of it, but when he came out, and when The Rock came out, I thought, first of all, when he came out with that remix sound, was pretty cool. Is that his thing now, right? He's gonna come out and he's gonna do like the I don't know, if you smell, and then they're gonna break it down into whatever song is gonna come out, and then afterwards it's gonna go back to his song. But I thought, like, look, John Cena turning heel is one of the biggest things to happen in the business, and the way they did it, with just how it all came to be, it's crazy. And you know what I will say though, like, for me, my opinion, my take on this is like, given the fact that this is like Cena's last run, his last go, I think, in my opinion, this was a John Cena call, and the way I framed it was like, and I saw someone else kind of talk about it and tweet it or whatever, was, to me, this is like John's way of giving back to the business in the biggest way possible. And what I mean is, like, Taker had his streak, right? I don't think he didn't choose Brock. That was Vince's call or whoever. But Taker had this willingness to say, okay, you know what, this, whoever it is Vince wanted to break the streak, Taker was going to say yes to. Okay, hey, you know what, you want to do that? That was his way of giving back to the business, and I feel like this is Cena's way, and his equivalent of the streak is going heel, right? Because he's never done it, never turned heel, always denied it. No, I can't do this. He's literally the most make a wish givers, right, of all time. Not just wrestlers, but just of all time. And he always faced the company, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up, all this kind of stuff, right? All that stuff that um always a baby face, always a good guy. Although people who are not as old today don't remember when he was Dr. Thugonomics. He came in as a bad guy, right? He would talk shit about his opponents and things like that. But once he was this, like, that military character, or the Cena we know today, he was always a good guy. But, like, for me, I just think that Cena turning heel, in my opinion, is more of an indication of how the company views, not more of, but one, like, something, like, it is an indication of how the company views Cody. Because for Cena to turn heel, I feel like it's his way of saying, I want to turn heel and do it for someone and give someone the rub that deserves it. That will, hey, like, cement this person as one of the best, because this is who he turned heel for. This is who's going to go over well, actually, we don't know. You don't know if he's going to go over, but, like, let's just say he does, right? Let's say Cody overcomes not only John Cena as a heel, which has never been done before. Never been done before. John Cena is a heel, bad guy, never been done before. Then not only John Cena is a heel, but overcome the final boss in The Rock, right? So, like, who deserves that? And you look at someone like Cody, and that's who John is saying, hey, like, I think this guy deserves it. This guy deserves the ability or the opportunity to to do that, to be in this position. And even if I mean, look, maybe John Cena wins the title at Mania because of The Rock's help, but just be involved in the storyline, to be associated with the heel turn of John Cena, I think is a big deal, And so I think more than anything, right? Like it is such a like as like the millennials and people my age, we've been waiting for this for a long time. So it's such a fun period of time to be a fan again. And like I'm rooting for Cena, and again, I'm a Rock fan, so I'm rooting for Cena The Rock. And like I mentioned a while ago, like I would hope that'd be cool if Roman Reigns is involved in this storyline as opposed to like the Seth and Punk one. Like I wouldn't want Punk to be involved in this storyline just because I mean, he has a big history with Cena, so that definitely makes sense. But I just think right now, him and Seth have a really good thing going on. But the way that this whole story has really taken a turn, like it's so shocking to me of just how they did it. And like when the Rock says like he's gonna disrupt, he definitely means it, right? Like I never would have thought that The Rock or Cena would have turned heel. And not only is it Cena turning heel, but he is aligning himself with The Rock. And for me, like again, as an Attitude Era fan and Ruthless Aggression Era fan, and that whole PG era, I kind of fell off a little bit in terms of being a diehard fan. But like just seeing the picture and the image of The Rock and Cena together with where they're at, and they're both heels, is awesome. Like it is so awesome to see that, and that's what gets me so excited, and that's what makes me wanna, root for them and see them win. Right? I'm the team heels. Like I'm the heels. I'm all for the heels at this WrestleMania. I want to see Rock and Cena win, and see Cena win that championship. But yeah, it's really cool to see that they really pulled the trigger on this. I was surprised, like I was like, no way, like did they actually pull the trigger? And when Cena had that face, like no way did they actually decide to pull the trigger on all this, which was so surprising for me. Because I just think I didn't think they would do it. I thought it would be one of those where maybe you'd have a third guy come in to be like I don't know, I mean, you'd have to interfere so that you could protect Cody and Cena. I thought Cena would win, but it would be because Cody would maybe not decide to help or decide not to accept The Rock's help, and then that could lead into something. But Cena's still a champion, he's a good guy, just like his final hoorah. So all that, so like there were so many, I don't know, different like stories or different takes that could have happened in this, but the fact that they chose to make Cena a heel is really cool. I'm very excited for how this is all going to turn out. But overall, and I will say this, you have the final boss, you have John Cena, and in WrestleMania, right? So it's going to be Cena versus Cody. And when you have the final boss, you have the Authority, you have corporate Cena. You need someone who can help Cody. And I just feel like, I'm going to say it, I feel like there's one guy who has a lot of experience bucking the system and going up against the corporation and going up against the Authority, none other than someone who lives in Nevada and who is pretty close to Allegiant Stadium. Imagine if we see fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know if it would be announced beforehand, a surprise, but like you hear that glass shatter and he comes out and he helps Cody, and we see, just to see the glass break, just to see hear the glass break and the place go wild. I'm gonna be there, so I'm gonna can't wait to see how that all could pan out. Um, it would be so cool. It would be so fucking awesome if we got to see Stone Cold, and just imagine, it's just like face to face, Stone Cold and The Rock face to face again, 2025 at Vegas at Mania. Oh, it would be so good. It would be so good if we got to see that. That would be awesome. It would be interesting because I really want to see Cena win. I want him to be the 17-time champion more so than Flair. All respect to Flair, but I just think Cena is a great champion, like the history holder of that. But oh man, it would be so cool to see Stone Cold come out. Stone Cold come out and save the day for Cody. And it would be sweet, because just there's a lot of history there, right? I mean, Dusty, the relation like Stone Cold and Dusty, like there's a lot they had a great relationship and just so much storytelling that could be there with The Rock and Stone Cold, Stone Cold and Cena, never being able to square up and that whole thing too. Like, oh, it could be so good. It could be so good. Hoping that I don't know, we'll be surprised by what happens. But I definitely trust what Triple H has done after this chamber, this PLE. I'm like, you know what, fucking cinema, like that meme. This is cinema, right? And whatever Triple H has cooking now, I am all in. I am bought in because this is going to be sweet. All right, it's gonna be too sweet. But yeah, so I'm so pumped, so excited, and yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a mania. I'm already so excited for it. It's gonna be one hell of a mania.